Hello, I'm Jennifer Dwyer, and I'm really excited to share with you today a Qigong workout practice. And I'll just briefly introduce myself and what Qigong is about. So I am a tribe yoga teacher. Yoga has been a huge part of my life for many years, and I love sharing the tools of yoga, breath, meditation, and now Qigong to help our overall well-being, reduce stress, reduce pain, and actually find some joy and vitality in our lives. And if you're joining me live, I am so happy that you are here, and if you're watching on a replay, welcome. And what I love about Qigong is it's a very practical and efficient practice. We'll go through about 30 minutes. You don't need a mat, you don't need any props, but of course you can have whatever makes you comfortable. So I will have a mat because I'm in my studio here, which is a little chilly today, and just a little bit of space to move around, and you actually can be seated in a chair as well. So wherever you are, you can even just spend a few minutes here. And I am a certified Qigong teacher, which I received my certification 1 year ago with Yoga Farm Ithaca, and now I'm doing a going further with my training with Lee Holden, and it's fabulous. So, and the reason I'm sharing this in this yoga group is that it's very similar. We incorporate movement, breath, focused awareness for a whole mind, body, spirit practice. I feel these days spiritual fitness is just as important as physical fitness. And there really is something for everyone, so wherever you are, just I invite you to just be open and to enjoy. So Qi is just spelled Qi, is life force energy, like prana, Qi in Reiki, and so it's just energy that is within us and around us, and we'll access this energy through movement, joint mobility, and our breath. And the Gong, which is pronounced G-U-N-G, Gong, is skillful use and effort and work. So it's working and moving with this energy. It's an ancient Chinese practice, and we'll go through a warm-up, a stretch, and then an 8-movement practice called the 8 pieces of brocade, also known as the Ba Duan Jin. I actually did this in a 100-day challenge for myself because I was feeling sluggish and tired a few months ago, and I have to say, doing this set, which I did about 20 minutes a day, improved my health tremendously. So welcome, and I hope you enjoy. I'm just going to move back here, and we'll begin just finding a comfortable stance, feet about hip width apart. Just feeling your feet on the ground, maybe giving a little shake. Bouncing your knees, we'll release tension and just allow our bodies to loosen up. And we'll begin with tapping, so just with gentle fists, we'll tap on our chests. We have acupressure points throughout our body, so just gentle tapping under the collarbones and the lung points. For our clearing, you can do an open mouth exhale. Nice smooth breaths in. Allowing your jaw and eyes to soften, release some tension, and then we'll tap one arm by the collarbone, and then going down the inside of the arm with cupped hand. This is our yin meridian, and then up the outside of the arm. Do this about 3 times, just waking up and getting our energy flowing. Just tapping. And then coming back under the collarbones to the other side. Down the inside of your arm. Gentle taps. And I do love supporting the mission of Tribe in the community, so I'm really happy to be here. I feel that this class will hopefully align with the mission of teaching resilience, increased balance and endurance when we hit our lung points, helps our immune system and our protective energy around us. And then we'll go under our side ribs, just tapping under the armpit, allowing our breath to flow. And then the other side, just bring our body activated. And we'll just gentle fist tapping on our abdomen. This practice helps really overall well-being, digestion, respiration, cardiovascular, immune. And it's actually, anytime I've taken a class with a teacher, it's always very joyful as well. I enjoy it and look forward to it and feel lighter in just a few minutes. And so then we'll go to our kidney, low back, kidney area, just gentle taps along the low back. This is our kidney area is considered our powerhouse, our battery center where we store the energy. It's our low dantian is our low belly and our kidney area. The door of life is actually right behind the navel. This is where we store and access our energy and power. Now we'll come to your feet about shoulder width apart and just gentle taps down the legs, so coming down the outside of our legs, coming up the inside. We have lots of meridians from the kidneys down the inside and outside of our legs, which are energy channels, rivers of energy flowing throughout our body. One more time, just gentle tapping, hinging forward. Good. And then we'll just pause with the arms. Relax at your side and notice. Maybe feeling some buzzing, some energy flowing, some pulsing. And we'll bring our hands with our thumbs interlaced at our low belly. Abdominal breathing. Breathing in through the nose. And for release and clearing, breathing out through the mouth. And allow your eyes to be soft or closed, and knees softly bent over the feet. So we do have alignment points here as well. The ears over the shoulders, the crown of the head light and lifted, as if you have a light balloon lifting you up to the sky, and tailbone lengthening down to the ground as if there's a little weight there to help open the low back. Knees soft again over the balls of the feet, and allowing your shoulders to be soft and to drop down. A little bit of space in your armpits, soft elbows and soft hands. Allowing your belly to rise and fall, meeting your palms as you breathe in. And coming back to your spine as you breathe out. And then we'll just do a brief, we'll energize our chi belt here, so hands under the floating ribs, just with a little bit of pressure here, so as you breathe in, you feel your ribs expand to meet your hands. And then coming back towards center. Either breathing out through your nose or through open mouth. And then we'll just move to kidney breathing. So we'll bring our hands to our low back, under the ribs here. Just for a few breaths. Breathing into the palms, into your low back. Welcome, all of you who are here. And then we'll begin with the moving from our waist, knocking on the door of life. So just swinging the arms from side to side, upper body loose and relaxed as we turn from our hips, tapping our low back and waist and low belly. This is where we are energizing and circulating this energy before we go into our movement set. So we had 2 months of no rain in New York. I'm in the Hudson Valley. And yesterday we had most welcoming the rain, and today it's snowing. And I'm in my studio shed here, because it's a nice peaceful place and it's a little chilly. So I'm happy to get moving and getting the energy flowing today. We'll move to under the collarbone, again tapping these points with a cupped hand, so not too hard, just waking up our energy and swinging from side to side, turning from the hips, helping to activate our spine, getting the muscles around the spine warmed up. And then if it feels comfortable, you can even tap over to your shoulder. There's another acupressure point at the top of your shoulder here, and just gentle taps, lifting and tapping. And the first time I learned of Qigong was about 4 years ago at a retreat at Feathered Pipe Ranch in Montana, a resiliency retreat. And my roommate mentioned Qigong as being a meditative movement practice, and I just became curious and looked it up. I found a wonderful teacher in the Hudson Valley. I took a class, and then I revisited the practice about 2 years ago. So we'll slowly let the arms unwind, feeling the energy flowing. A lot of these movements are like effortless power. We don't push through the poses, but allow the energy as we get into the flow to help move us. So there's effortless power, like the flow of water. A lot of the sets the inspirations from movement patterns in nature and animals. And we'll begin spinal cord breathing. So again, feet about shoulder width apart, which could be either a little narrower or wider depending on your comfort. Knees over the balls of the feet. And we'll inhale. This is like a cat-cow, lifting your heart up and chest open. And then exhale, tuck the tailbone, chin down, and draw the arms towards center. Breathing in as we expand, maybe looking up, and then exhale, rounding and drawing in. We'll reflex and extend our spine, so we'll get our spine and our mobility. Moving in any range of motion that's comfortable for you. Deep inhale as we expand the front body, and then exhale, tucking the tailbone, rounding as we breathe out. Maybe feeling any little cracks or noises, that's okay. Not moving through any discomfort though. This is where doing less is more with this practice. Now we'll move into a move called the tiger. So we'll have like claws. So our hands are open palms with the fingers extended like claws. And we'll reach down, flowing our hands down. And as we breathe in, it's like we're gathering stagnant energy out of our body, lifting it up, and then releasing it down to the earth. And then we'll just do gentle movement to begin, and you can move as deep as feels good. Warming up the low back, hamstrings, legs, breathing in, gathering that energy, releasing out to the ground to let the earth recycle that stagnant energy and transform. Moving into the yogi squat, malasana. Moving as deep as feels good for you. We're just warming up here. Gathering out that energy and releasing to make space for new. This is part of this spine enlivening sequence for the spine, the whole body. And then we'll come back to center. And just pause and notice. And then we'll have the feet a little wider. The toes can be pointed out a little bit. Have our hands on the thighs, shoulders over the waist. And we'll just slowly turn from side to side. This will be moving like a river. Gentle flowing movement, letting your head be the last to move. So moving from side to side. And then just letting it just turn into a gentle flowing movement. Letting your neck and jaw be soft. But we do maintain structure as well with this flowing movements. So we're allowing our shoulders to remain over the hips and then the head allows to move. Moving like a river, flowing, effortless yet powerful. No resistance. And then we'll slowly come back to center for a wide leg forward fold with bent knees. And you can either hold on to your elbows and release down or come down to the floor on fingertips. If you have blocks, you're most welcome to use whatever feels comfortable. And just taking a few deep, soft breaths. And a little back and spine release. Feeling your feet on the ground, maybe spread through your toes. Maybe rock a little forward and back. And then we'll hold on to one wrist and we'll slowly roll up. Lifting up and lifting your palms up to the ceiling. And slowly release. We'll move into a neck and shoulder stretch. So we'll bring our feet a little bit closer together, that hip or shoulder width apart. And this movement is spreading the feathers. So we'll press our shoulders down and palms down, arms a little bit away with spread fingers. So we're pressing our palms down to the ground and just turning your head to one side. So it would be your right side, I'll mirror you. And then ever so gently just rolling the chin down and up on the shoulder without any force or effort, just gliding your chin down and up along the shoulder. Release tension in the lines of tension in the neck and shoulder. Slowly come to center with the chin down, lengthening the back of the neck. And then we'll come to the other side and just gently turning your chin down and up. So then it roll across your left shoulder. Without any forcing. Of course, modify at any point. And then we'll slowly come back to center and just release and pause. Now we'll do the same thing. We're going to be working more now on the yang meridian. So open our fingertips together and pressing the backs of the hands down, arms a little bit away. So thumb touching the fingers, back of the hands are pressing down. And we'll do the same movement, just rolling the chin gently across the shoulder. I actually feel a little more open now with these simple movements. Nice and slow, soft breathing. Tailbone down to the ground, knees soft. And then we'll slowly come to center and come to the other side. Rolling the chin down and up along the shoulder. And we'll come to center and release your hands and just pause and notice the energy flowing, breathing out through your arms, down to your hands, the palms. And we'll just do a little bit of shaking and bouncing before we move into our 8 pieces of brocade set, which I'm really excited to begin. Just releasing from the head to the toes. Like you're flicking water off your hands, maybe even shaking your legs. I also love that these sets are sometimes called, they play the sets rather than practice. Thinking this is play today. And we'll come to our first movement of the Badawan Jin, 8 pieces of brocade. The way I learned it was that this set was created over 1,000 years ago with the soldiers to strengthen immunity and reduce illness in China, ancient China. That this set was the overall body strengthening, and it has many, many benefits. So the first movement, we'll have our feet about shoulder width apart, tailbone down, crown of the head light and lifted, palms facing up at our low belly, and the first set is pressing 2 hands to support heaven. So we lift our palms up as we breathe in, and then spiral the wrists, rotate, palms face up, and then exhale, release out to the side. Breathing in, palms face up and lift, exhale, release. This is pressing 2 hands to support heaven. Open all the meridian energy channels in our body. So breathing in as we lift. Many of these sets, there's not a timing of the breath, but we'll breathe in and lift, and then exhale, release, and sink. Turning the palms to face the sky, maybe even looking up, and then exhale, lower, and release. And I did also invite I have a Hudson Valley Mindful Hiking group, and if you are here, welcome. I'm loving to be a part of the meetup group where we take walks in nature with all the beautiful trails around here and incorporate Qigong and yoga. Doing the benefits of nature with movement. I could do this movement probably all day, so we'll do one more and move on to the second movement. So pressing the palms up, full breath, and then exhale, release. And then we'll move to the second movement, which is drawing the bow to shoot the arrow. And so we'll have our feet about shoulder width apart. And before we move in, it's more steps to this movement, so we'll just begin with stepping in, balancing on one foot, and then out and sinking our weight from side to side. Knees remain over the feet, and the toes are moving towards straight. If they turn out a little bit, that's totally fine. But I do want to keep the structure and alignment for safety. So now what we'll do, we'll remain in this low horse stance, and we'll breathe in, stepping your left foot in to meet the right, crossing the left arm over the right. I'll mirror you. And then step out and sink the weight, and then draw the bow. So the one hand, fingers curled in, and the other one extending out with our hands a little bit curved, like peace fingers that are a little curved, and gazing over that hand. And then we step in. We'll just go from side to side, crossing your right arm and left leg comes in, and then stepping out, sinking the weight a little bit. You can go as deep or shallow as feels good, and then draw the bow. So as you breathe out, drawing the arm back, and extend your right arm, looking over the 2 fingers. Just moving from side to side. Sinking and drawing the bow. Looking over your hand with soft yet focused eyes. our balance and strength. And this move, I feel like, is what really helped me strengthen and get more energy the past few months. Breathing out and drawing the bow. Then we combine focused awareness, movement, and the breath for overall mind, body, spiritual health. Stepping in, crossing one arm over the other. And with steady practice, this becomes much more easy to follow this movement. Even just 20 minutes a few times a week can have huge results. We'll do one more each side, crossing the arm over, and then releasing, sinking the weight and drawing the bow. And opening up the chest, the arms, the lung and heart meridians. And we'll come back to center. Feet maybe like hip width, shoulder width apart. Third movement is separating heaven and earth. So we'll have our soft hands, like you're holding a little ball of energy at your low belly. Breathing in slowly, and then as we breathe out, lowering one hand down, palm facing the ground, and the other one lifts with a little curve, spiraling, lifting up to the sky. Maybe your gaze follows your hand, and we'll move from side to side. Breathing in as the palms come together, and it's like you're exchanging that energy into the other palm. It's like a little teacup holding. We spiral and lift. There's a lot of these spiral movements in Qigong which help. It's a very good internal workout. You wouldn't even realize it. Strengthening the tendons, the muscles, the ligaments, and hydrating the fascia. All these benefits going on internally. And just changing from one palm to the other, palm down, facing the ground without any tension, and then lifting and spiraling open. So separating heaven and earth. And then it becomes almost like I feel like I'm pulling like a piece of taffy back and forth and opening up the side ribs, really good for digestion. And the diaphragm, the breath, opening up the side body. So breathing in as we come back towards center and then breathing out. Keeping our knees soft over our feet. So you're just like effortlessly dropping, like the movement is happening all by itself. And spiraling, and there are a lot of spiraling patterns in nature, and nature is very efficient. And we're following this pattern that helps us move in a very effective yet efficient and easeful way. I like practical practices myself. Good. And we'll come back to center, having our hands resting with palms down about waist height. And the next move is wise owl, gaze backwards. This is a great movement for the forward head syndrome, which is so common now with working at computers and devices. So posture is another huge benefit with Qigong and yoga as well. And so we'll have our palms face down, and then as we breathe in, we open our palms with the thumbs pointing backwards and slowly turn to one side, very gently, and letting your eyes go a little bit further so you get a good eye muscle stretch. And then as we breathe out, coming back to center with palms face down. And breathing in, opening the palms, thumbs point backwards, turning your head slightly, letting the eyes turn a little forward, looking behind you. And then breathing out as you come back towards center. So the wise owl gazes backwards. I love that name. Again, this can be done when you're working at a computer. It can be done if you do it just maybe morning and evening. It's this huge, huge benefits of this simple movement. Very effective. And bring the palms, thumbs point back as you turn. I used to get a lot of neck tension, and it is really not even noticeable for me at this point. Occasionally a little bit, but I'm able to manage it a lot better. Or notice it, I should say. I'm able to notice it when it starts and prevent it from getting to a point where it becomes really bad discomfort. Just turning gently side to side with soft knees again over the balls of the feet. Tailbone down, crown of the head is light and lifted. It's almost like you have the balloon from the top of your head, a string through your spine, and a little weight through your tailbone, like one of those party balloon weights. That's the visual that I like to connect to. So you're both strong and rooted, yet light and open. So just a few more. Turning, looking back a little forward with the eyes. This is another one I could probably do for the rest of class. We have to move on. One more. Thumbs point back, and the thumbs are part of the lung energy channel from the chest down the arms to the thumb. Our next movement, a little bit more steps to this one as well, is dragon shakes its head and tail. So what we'll be doing is swaying from side to side, like we sort of do with our warm-up. So we'll be in horse stance, and you can go as shallow, gentle, or as deep as feels comfortable. I sometimes do like to get a little bit more strength and power with this one. So you have your hands at your low waist in the gentle horse stance, and as you breathe in, press your feet and gently lift. Rotate to turn to look over your right shoulder, maybe down towards your heel with your eyes, and then we'll sway. So the dragon sways its head and tail, swaying to the other side with the elongated spine, so we're not leaning over, so long spine, and then we press through the feet to lift up, maybe lifting up to the sky, and then sinking back towards center. And then we'll go to that same side, so it would be to your left. So breathing in, lifting, looking over your left shoulder, down either towards your heel or over just towards the side, and then swinging and swaying over to the other side. Pressing through your feet to lift up, and then sinking. And we'll go side to side with this. So pressing down, lifting, rotating, looking over the heel or the shoulder, swaying, pressing through all parts of your feet, and then lifting up and sinking your weight back towards center. Lifting, turning to that same side, gazing either to the wall, to the ground, by your heel, swaying to the other side, pressing down and lifting all the way up, and sinking back towards center. Lifting, rotating, so your tailbone and crown are lengthened away from each other, swaying to the other side, pressing through your feet to lift up, and then sinking back towards center. Doing as much or as little as feels good. Or doing something else, that's fine too. There's no rules here. It's your practice. So a nice horse stance, strengthening the legs, creating power, lifting. We'll do one more each side. Pressing down through your feet as you lift up, and then back towards center. Whew. Now, the next movement is touching the toes to strengthen the low back and kidneys. We aren't actually touching our toes, but we'll be moving down. Helping this really will help with low back pain, tight hamstrings. So this one, we will come maybe a little bit of a narrow hip width apart stance. And we'll breathe in with our palms facing up, lifting, rotating like we did in the first movement so the palms face the ceiling. And then breathing out, letting the hands float down, and then they'll curve in to touch the low back, the kidney area. And then we'll slowly trace down the sides and back of our legs with bent knees. So we're not rounding the back. Flat back, lifting the arms forward and lifting up as we press through our feet. And then we'll just go into the flow with this movement. Curving the hands behind the back to the kidney area, tracing down the leg meridians, and lifting the palms to face up. Palms float down. Breathing in as we lift. Like the movement is just carrying you. It's okay to do an open mouth exhale. Just the only real rules that I learned with my training is not to force the breath, not to create unnecessary tension. So not tightening any muscles unnecessarily, and not sticking out the belly. It's just soft breathing. Lifting as if you're pouring all this healing energy, maybe visualizing as golden light. Color. So the kidney color, each organ, there's yin organs. The kidney, the color is a brilliant blue. Maybe even imagine this sparkling blue energy into your kidneys and legs. It's really interesting learning the 5-element theory, and I'll just briefly say that kidneys are the water element, the liver is the wood element, the lungs are metal, the lungs are the yin organ, the heart and pericardium are fire, and then spleen into the digestive system, and spleen stomach is earth. And it's fascinating. So we're kind of working all these organ systems, all these energy. Yeah. Now we'll do one more. Lifting the arms up, and then floating them back towards center with gentle fists at our low ribs. Feet about shoulder width apart. This is punching forward with focused eyes. This helps. This is the liver meridian channel. This helps with resiliency, transforming kind of irritation and stress into abundance, resilient, kindness. So as you breathe in, and then breathing out, slowly spiral and punch one hand forward without effort, just reaching forward, opening the hand, turning the thumb down a little bit, and then open and draw back. So punching out, releasing, opening your hand, thumb curves away. Again, the spiral movements, good for the tendons and ligaments in the arms, really good for carpal tunnel, any tightness. And allow your eyes to focus on a point. Maybe it'd be somewhere in front of you. You can just find a spot or something to focus on. This is allowing you to kind of empower and gather energy. It's going to help you create action. When I first was learning this, it actually did work. There was something I was procrastinating and forgot to do, and I was doing this move, and I remembered there was something I needed to do that I took care of. So just this allows its focused awareness, gathering in our power, our internal power. Without any force or effort, just allowing the arm to move with a little bit of course, a little bit of effort, but soft and strong. Allowing your knees to be bent, Keeping the alignment. Good. That's it. Now our final movement. We'll come back to center and just notice how you feel for a moment. Letting the hands release, letting your palms be soft, maybe even imagine breathing in through your palms. So you roll your whole body, and then breathing out through your palms all around you. The last movement is bouncing on the toes for bringing it ground back towards center. Putting your feet about hip-width apart, and just very simply lifting up onto the balls of your feet to balance, and then letting the heels drop and letting the vibration continue. Lifting up onto the balls of the feet as much as feels good. Even trying to pause and hold maybe as you lift. Strengthening the ankles and the legs, and dropping and releasing. This is bouncing on the toes. Letting your teeth connect so you don't let your jaw get jarred around. Just letting your neck and jaw be soft. Nice, just as a gentle release, or a strong release. Lifting up onto the balls of your feet and dropping. Letting your eyes and your temples be soft, shoulders down through your waist, all the way down through your feet. And then now that we've accessed and circulated this energy, we'll gather it back towards center, and we'll actually store to stay with us. So we'll bring our hands around and up, gathering the chi, prana energy from heaven, and slowly with your palms facing you, and your palms release down, and your hands around and up, gathering that life force energy with gratitude. Letting your palms face your body, creating this protective energy. Nice full cleansing breath in. And we'll bring our hands over the low belly with your fingers interlaid, thumbs I should say, thumbs at the low belly, and stepping your ankles and feet close together, so narrow stance here, and just allowing whatever natural movements to occur as you softly breathe. This is bamboo sways in the wind. With soft eyes, and just allowing your body, it will make some swaying movements, and just allow. Not doing anything, just allowing ourselves to be rooted yet flexible and open. The bamboo does not try to do anything in the wind, it just allows itself to be moved and to sway. Maybe imagining that green healing light maybe filling into your lungs, your body. Softly breathing. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please reach out to Tribe, to the Facebook group, or to myself. I can send a little message in the notes. Have a beautiful day or evening. Thank you.